Hey guys, Magdalene here. I just really want to talk to us today about your foundation. The foundation of a thing matters a lot. And I feel so passionate about this because I find so many people, women especially, getting frustrated and packing up that fantastic business that they could have been running with because of the fact that they've lost interest, they've lost the momentum in it. And I sat down and I began to think to myself, I said, why is it that many people that are supposed to be doing whatever it is they're supposed to be doing are not doing it? But instead, they're doing something else and moaning and complaining because they're not happy. They're not maximizing their life in that other thing they're doing. And what came to me was the foundation. The foundation of anything matters. For you to become the best of you, the foundation of your life has to be strong. What do I mean by that? I'll use an example. Let me use an example of someone who's gone through domestic abuse. After going through domestic abuse and coming out of domestic abuse, many people unfortunately die in domestic abuse, but you've been able to come out of that domestic abuse. Is it then wise for that man or that woman to rush into another relationship? Many people do, but many don't. For those who do, my question is, why do they do that? Is it that they feel that they're not good enough, they can't be by themselves, they need to be with somebody else, and that somebody else completes them, and then that vicious circle continues? Or is it they feel that they cannot bear to be by themselves, to really take time to understand what has happened and go through that bitter truths of so many different things that would have led to that getting into that relationship and suffering that abuse at the first instance? The foundation of anything matters. Yesterday, I was getting several messages coming through from LinkedIn on my phone, and I was quite surprised. I was like, what is this? This is fantastic, but what is this? And then I took time out to actually look at those messages, and I saw that there were congratulatory messages from various connections telling me congratulations on being in business for 5 years with Music Relief, my organization. And I sat back and I was like, whoa. Music Relief was actually established in 2011 when the idea came to me, and I said, you know what? I can't do anything else but run with this. I didn't have a clue where to start from, but I had a passion. I had a passion, and the passion was that I wanted to help initially over teen parents like myself to become better people, to be able to address stressful issues and not take those stress that they have on the innocent children. That was the initial idea. And I remember I was running from one place to the other. Wherever I was getting the support, wherever I was getting the help, I would run to. I didn't mind going wherever. I didn't mind the cost. I didn't mind the distance it took me because I was hungry. I was hungry for that support. I knew deep down inside that I needed that support. So I have got books and books and books that I wrote down so many different things that I got from the help and support I had over the years that would place me in a good position once I finally registered the business to be able to run with the business. And so when I was getting those congratulatory messages, it really struck a chord with me, and I said, wow, I've actually been in this business for 5 years. There have been times when I felt that, you know what, there's no point, just pack it up and just go and get a job and know that, yes, that's it, you're set, you're getting your regular income. But there was something inside, and there's still something inside that just says to me, carry on, carry on, carry on. And you know, one of those things is the foundation. The time I spent going around, going on networking events, going on seminars, going on workshops, talking to people, asking for help. I still ask for help now. Was not wasted time, because I look back now and I sit down and I say to myself, wow, you've come a long way. Because of the fact that I have a deeper understanding of what it means to be in a business that I operate in my sector. I have a deeper understanding of the clientele that we work with. I have a deeper understanding of the services that needs to be provided to this clientele in order to meet their needs. I took time out to work on my foundation. I remember having a conversation with somebody some years back, and they said to me, oh, what are you doing? Are you still doing what you say you're doing? And I said, I am. And he said, oh, okay. Because he wasn't seeing things happening, he felt that nothing was happening. I don't need to be in your face every day for you to know that something is happening. There are times that we need to just come out the rat race. There are times that we need to just step out and reevaluate our life, reevaluate our situation, reevaluate our settings, and understand, are we still on the right path? And the only way we can do that is when we take time out at the onset to work on the foundation, because I truly believe that the foundation stirs you, it works as a compass that stirs you on which way to go. When you work on your foundation, even though it may seem that everybody's leaving you behind, but when you forget about what people are saying and take time out to work on the foundation of whatever it is that you want to build, when it's time for you to step out, you will step out in such a massive way that people will be like, whoa, where did you come from? Because of the fact that you have been working, you've been building, you took time out to build, you took time out to learn, you took time out to understand what it is you need to do. You took time out to get support because you needed that support. And that is what I'm talking about. Your foundation matters. Because the foundation of your business will help you in those dark times when you feel like, what's the point? Let me just pack up everything. The foundation of your business will help you during those dark times when it feels like nobody wants your services. The foundation of your business will help you when it feels like everybody else is doing what you're doing. So what makes you stand out? Your foundation matters. Does that mean you will never get frustrated? Does that mean you will never feel as packing things up? No. What it just means is that you have enough depth inside of you to be able to dig deep and understand that, okay, this is not working out, but I can go to plan B. Plan B is not working out, I can turn to plan C, and on and on. That's what it means. Take time out to work on your foundation. It's so important. It will help you. It will be that light in that dark tunnel. Take time out to work on you. If it's not a business that you're starting, it's you as a person, because you've come out from one relationship. It was an abusive relationship, was an unhealthy relationship. Before you move on to the next relationship, take time out to work on you. Understand who you are and what you are presenting on the table, so that the next relationship will be much more better than the previous one that you came out from. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, either to start a business, to move from one relationship to the other, whatever it may be, your foundation matters. I can't emphasize enough how important it is that we work on our foundation. Many may say, but I've already started a business but I've come to a point that I just don't know. I've come to a point of no return. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm a T-junction. I just don't know what to do anymore. It's not too late. It is not too late. You're not on a race with anybody. We put ourselves on our own personal race, but you know what? We are not on a race with anybody. Every one of us have our own uniqueness. Every one of us have our own abilities. So when we put ourselves in a race with somebody else, we bring upon added pressure which is not needed. Take time out. I just need to emphasize that. That's the number one thing I want to emphasize. Take time out and work on what needs to be worked on, depending on the scenario that you're facing. Work on that. Take time out to work on that. It's so important, because you will look back on this time that you're building and say, wow, I'm so happy I took that time out. Don't be in a haste. And I repeat it again, do not be in a haste because you see everybody else doing something and you feel that you do not want to be left behind. Everyone these days are classing themselves as a coach, as a speaker, as a mentor, as someone, as a go-to person. I don't have any problem with that. So long there's depth in you. Especially when you class yourself as a coach, you must have a level of depth inside of you that people coming to you are able to take from you and say that, yes, they've taken something tangible from you. Because remember, when you're giving out to people, you need to be filled up. You need to be refilled. And if there's no level of depth within you, you crash and burn. Because you're constantly giving out. You're constantly giving out. You're constantly giving out. How do you refill? There has to be something. There has to be a starting point. There has to be something that it's there already, and then you reach out for the help. Don't be in a haste because everybody else is doing it. I say to my children all the time, because your friends, if you see your friends running to fire, will you follow them? And they look at me saying, no, that's just the same thing. Because everybody else is doing that doesn't mean you need to be doing that at that particular point. It may mean that you need to be doing it later on, but just not at that particular point. Your foundation matters. It's so important. Work on your foundation. I can't emphasize how much this is so important. Work on your foundation, whatever it is that you need to work on. Take time out. Do not be in a race. That is the lesson that I have for everyone today. Do not be in a race. Take time out and work on your foundation. Work on your foundation. You will definitely benefit from this time out. Until next time, this is Magdalene Adenike telling you, take time out, work on your foundation. Thank you.